Hey guys, Jasmine here. Might be a little windy, so I'll try and speak up. Um, this is another little encouragement video for you guys to encourage you to pursue that excitement in your life. The last video was about pursuing what makes you happy, what makes you feel good. This one is about pursuing excitement, challenging yourself, breaking out of the bubble and the comfortable zone you've made for yourself in life and that you've gotten used to, and fighting past the anxiety in your life to do something new, to maybe move, to maybe change job positions, to maybe change hobbies. It's hard when you're really anxious and you're kind of afraid of these things to make the changes, but I guarantee you that pursuing excitement, even if you fail, is going to lead to better times. It's going to lead to more fulfillment. Because if you fail, you can just try again. You try something else. And it's better than staying in a stagnant kind of bubble where you're repeating and doing the same things over and over. Trust me, I've been there. And I stayed there because I felt it was more comfortable. And it really doesn't get you anywhere, you know? Right now in my life, I'm trying to pursue or figure out what kind of work I want to do long term. And I have a few ideas, but the ones that seem more stable aren't very exciting. And that's kind of a downer. So I'm pursuing those because they seem stable, but I'm also still trying to figure out what I can do that's more exciting, more personal, more something that I love to do, more something that I feel like I want to do, and pursue those and not give up on that just for something that seems stable, just for something that seems secure or that I know or I'm comfortable with. In my life right now, I'm in Daytona Beach, and I have some work coming up, but things are feeling a little stagnant because I'm doing similar things on a day-to-day basis. I'm going to the same parks constantly, and it's up to me to break out of that pattern and to try new exciting areas that might not have as many memories, and pursue those and get some better excitement in my life. And I'm sure that happens to many of you. Like, I'm sure many of you create excitement by going out with friends and drinking, or going to a bar scene, or there's so many things that we do to ourselves to try and be social and to shake up the monotony. And I believe it's more of a masking situation. Like, real excitement is challenging your life to pursue the things that actually make you happy. Pursue the actions that will make you happy. Face the anxiety that's building up, that stays with you, that is this tension that's constantly there. You don't know how to deal with it because you're not addressing it. You're staying in a comfortable zone where you feel like things are going to be okay if you keep going this way. And what happens with that is time just passes you by, and you start to age, and you start to realize, I didn't take advantage of my life and overcome anxiety to do more challenging and beneficial things for your soul, your world, everything. You didn't challenge yourself. You didn't break free from the chains that were making you anxious. And time goes by. It happened with me. That's why I'm trying to challenge myself and just try to be better, not only for myself, but for those around me, and to do that, I have to actually pursue what makes me happy. I have to actually be authentic with myself. And that's a challenge, especially in our society where you have to live up to standards and norms of other people. You can't seem weird, right? You can't seem like you're talking to a camera as some girl passes by, but like, that's just what I'm gonna do, because I want to do it. So I want to be able to communicate to you that you can do strange things too, even though they're not entirely acceptable, but they're going to get you to where you need to be if you're being authentic, if you're exploring new patterns, new pathways, new adventures, overcoming the anxiety that's keeping you locked in place, that you're bowing down to. Staying in stagnant situations, friendships or relationships, or with a family that isn't, appreciative of you, like just because it feels safer. There's so many different scenarios that we all kind of fall into, and we just don't want to break free from them, because it just feels safer, it feels calmer, and you don't have to address or understand the anxiety. You just kind of live with it, and that's not healthy either. You have to challenge yourself, and it sucks. It's hard, because you can always just try and find something easy to do and stick to that, and it seems stable. But then as time goes by, you realize you haven't really gotten anywhere. Even if you were making lots of money, you don't get anywhere better. You didn't challenge yourself. I have lots of friends, I have family that are in that situation. My mom was in that situation. She made insane money all of her entire life, but she still is nearing the end of her life because of cancer issues and whatnot. And I can tell she's got a lot of regret because she never had fun. She never broke loose. She never did the things that would have actually been fulfilling. What she did fulfill, I guess, is having, money to hand down to her children so that they might be able to do something different with it. But her herself, she's trying to cut loose and catch up on lost time right now. And, not approaching it in the best way because she doesn't know how at her age anymore. I have friends that do that as well, that have really good jobs and have been saving up, but lo and behold, they're similar to most people and still kind of trapped in their own little self-made box, and they feel like they can't come out, or they stop making the money, and that's not real happiness if you can't stop doing something you don't necessarily like. So it's up to you to figure out what you do like I was talking about in the last video, and trying to pursue that, see if you can make some living off of that, which is really hard, in this society. But that would be more fulfilling. Maybe you just need to get out of your situation. Maybe you need to freaking move. I have a friend that wasn't liking Florida anymore. Florida was not safe for them. They were one of my transgender friends, and I'm sure it was very difficult for them, but she moved out of Florida with her husband, just packed up and is in Seattle now, and they seem so much happier than being stuck in this other place. But I'm sure the anxiety of being in a comfortable environment was hard for them, but they understood that they had to make a change to really be happy, and they made that change, and they seem a lot happier. And a lot of times we have to make that change in ourselves. We have to realize that maybe we were better off somewhere else, or maybe we were better off at home, or maybe we were better off away from home. Make those hard changes, challenge yourself, and try and pursue what's actually going to make you happy and actually dissipate that anxiety, instead of just wondering what's causing it and bottling it up and not ever addressing it. I'm no expert in this. I'm practicing it myself. I am right there with you. I'm just trying to encourage you to do better. Some people behind me. So we can try and be better together. Nothing wrong with that. It's hard out there. I did? Oh, doggy bag.